Hey, welcome to Digs Outdoors. Yeah, I'm kind of indoors right now, but we're going to go over Horace Kephart's Camping in Woodcraft, the first chapter, and a little bit of news here when I'm done with this. But did the first chapter. I wanted to do this outside, but the wind over the last couple of weeks has been blowing about 1 billion miles an hour, and I don't really have a good solution for a microphone to keep the noise out of the camera there. So we're going to do it this way. So you can get a little bit more light on the subject. Okay, never mind. Okay, but we're going to do chapter 1. It's called Vacation Time. And my notes are right over here, like, there they are. So there is that plus. I took like 2 pages worth of notes, but this shouldn't take too long. The starting chapter is more of a philosophy of the outdoorsman. And it's important to go through this so that we can kind of understand his mindset when he wrote this. If you look at anyone involved in bushcraft, survival, or the outdoors in general, it's more than just going out to the woods for a while. It's much more. And we're all guilty of getting caught up in the trappings of everyday life. Heck, I just explained to you. Can't really shoot outside, work, all the other happy stuff. Plus, I run out of daylight a lot of times before I get home. So there's that too. And with the everyday trappings of life, we forget to slow things down and give ourselves a much looser schedule. We forget how to simplify things, or we forget how to simplify life. Somewhere along the line, we forgot what it means to slow down, to relax, to connect with nature. And heck, a lot of people have forgot about nature altogether. They live their lives on the go, 24/7. Wake up in the morning, you go to work, you come home, make dinner or whatever, go on to the next thing, go on to the next thing, go on to the next thing, go to bed. And it's just a never-ending process, day after day after day after day. Because it doesn't fit into their plans. With all that being said, it's easy to see how modern humans have lost their connection with nature. To most of them, nature is just something not to be experienced, but something you look at from a safe distance every now and again. Just to say that they did it. However, that's not the case with those that long to get away. Leave modern life for a while and just take in all that nature has to give. So let's set these individuals apart from the rest. First, there's that need to be in the wild, to reconnect with that primal side of our ancestors of 1,000 years ago. Next is to cleanse the mind of the problems of everyday life, bills, work, family, stress, and leave it behind for a while. You can just disconnect. It also gives them time to think with an uncluttered mind. They understand that they are not there to conquer nature, but to become one with nature, each one in their own way. Some hunt, some fish, some camp, some hike, some do it all. People have moved from nature for several reasons, but the one main one, which I'm guilty of as well, is money. Without that job, without that 8 hours we have to give every day, we can't do any of this stuff. It costs money to do it, let's face it. And just to give you kind of like my background on that, there for a while, I was working 120 hours a week. I had my own business, had, operative word here. Plus I was working a full-time job. I was putting 60 hours into full-time job. Well, 50 to 60 hours into full-time job, and the balance of that 120 was the photography business that I had. And I did that for about 6 or 7 years, along with trying to keep this thing up and running, which I'm trying to get back in the swing of it. And some days it's good, some days, yeah, not so much. But, you know, like I did the photography gig for 50 to 70 hours a week, so I literally ran myself in the ground and lost myself, literally. I still called myself an outdoorsman during that period, but getting out there was next to impossible. I don't blame anyone but myself for letting it get that bad. I lost that connection and I want it back. And this is not something you just go right back out and do again. It's kind of like baby steps. It's starting all over again. So where does that leave many of us who have lost that connection? We need to get back there, even in small doses. It's better than not. It's better than not at all, and it will set up the next time we go. To work on centering ourselves, grounding, and letting go the daily grind for a little while. I promise you, if you had that connection, you will get it back. If you never did and do this, it will come to you slowly. Don't rush it. As I said, this isn't a thing that you're going to go out and just, if you've never done it before, you're not just going to go sauntering out in the woods and stay out there for a week. It's not happening. But you can go out, maybe spend an hour or two, even if it's just walking around. Next time you go out, you spend another hour or two, but you work on a skill. You go out a third time. Now you're going out for about 3 or 4 hours. You're working on a skill and you're perfecting that first skill and starting on the second one. And so on and so forth, you really get comfortable doing this. But pretty much that is Camping and Woodcraft Chapter 1 in a nutshell. And the couple things I have for you is when I post this, I'm going to have a link to my Discord. I started something in my Discord where kind of a prepping survival-ish type of question through a game called, in fact, I got it right here. Conflicted. This is kind of like Cards Against Humanity. And how I'm going to do this is, if you go to my Discord, read the question. That thing is marked. That section of my Discord is called Conflicted. Leave your answer and state. Well, actually, before you state your answer, you can give a funny answer, you can give a serious answer, or you can give both. It doesn't matter to me. But kind of put either funny or serious. Put your answer down. And if I get people coming to there, whoever has the most votes, and by voting it'd be like just liking it. Whoever has the most votes at the end of the week, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but I'll give you a point, and we'll go on to the next card next Sunday. But that's all I got for you. So I thank you for your views. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I love you all. See ya.